started teaching people, oh, do this, do this, do this, do this. But I came to understand something else, and that's what I am here to talk to you about today. Mm-hmm. Yes, eating healthy is a big portion of it. But we are going to see something else that is bigger and better for us to do. Somebody time me. Okay? So the topic today, I'm going to talk about when grace shows up.
Okay.
When grace shows up. When grace shows up, it finds you at a state. There's a, if I don't know whether that picture is in that scene, but it's okay. It finds you like this. If anybody can see my little slide, focus on the red, where red is. It's a rope that is just about to snap. Anybody can see that? Beautiful. Ooh, I love you. So, when grace shows up, it finds us at a place like that. We are so messed up. We are so screwed up. Everything is so just about right there. But do you know what the grace does? It knows how to mend that. And when it mends that, we are left perfectly and vibrant. And we become what we are supposed to be. That is what I am about to talk about today. So, yes, eating healthy is good. And yes, I ate healthy. Please put the previous picture back. I love that picture. Yes, those things can get us. But I want to talk about something else today. Embracing the higher power. Embracing the higher power. It is when we embrace the higher power that we understand, or we want to understand, what my sister was talking about here. Oh, there's an alternative that can fix me. It is from the high power, coming from that, right? That we understand what other steps that we can take. We even look for them because we want to be that other, that thing. I say we are spiritual beings first before we become or we have a physical experience. Right. But we are not physical beings having a spiritual experience. I'm going to say that again. We are first spiritual beings having a physical experience. Right. Not the other way around. But we have been lied to focus more on this. And the other, that spiritual, gets squished up somewhere in the corner. I probably remember that I'm supposed to be spiritual on Sunday morning when I'm going to church, or when somebody somewhere speaks of something that touches my spirit and wakes up my conscience. No, we are spiritual beings first, having a physical experience. So from that standpoint, from that point of view, then we know to act from love and not from fear. Okay, this is what I'm going to base my talk on today. When we love us, by the way, we are supposed to love ourselves to be able to love others.
Right.
Sure.
You can never give what you don't have.
Right.
If you do not understand love, please go back and do your study. Because it is from that understanding that you're going to be able to love what you have first. And that love oozes out from you. And it taps on the next person and the next person. Okay, let's move on. We don't have too much time. So, thank you so much for the prayer and for the introduction. You completely read my mind. Somebody, do we have a Bible in the house? Can somebody please read for me Genesis 1:31? And we are not here having a sermon. It is not a sermon. It's okay to read the Bible because that's where we come from. Right?
Right.
Genesis 1:31. Genesis 1:31. Somebody please. A mic. Real quick, if you found it, please. Yellow mic, please.
And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, sixth day.
I want you to understand the concept of your Creator. Your Creator who created you and tossed it. We become love because that's who we are. That's who we are.
Right.
Suffering knows not to harbor in our lives. Actually, we don't get rid of suffering. It gets rid of us. That is the truth. Suffering gets rid of us. So, I'm going to talk about mental images. I know I gave a good illustration on the slab. Are we here? Do I need to repeat that? So, I'm going to give a very good example. He beat me. He beat me. He beat me. He beat me! Right? Because of the mental image that I have, I want to say something that is very, very serious here. The mental image that I keep gives me a different person than who I am talking to. I am not communicating with this person now. If he is still with me, I'm communicating with the mental image of that person who beat me. So, so I'm in the past, and I start telling myself, you know, he beat me. He will probably beat me tomorrow. He will probably beat me next year. So now I already have another mental image of a future person.
Right.
So I have one from the past, and I have one from the future. But the current one, who is trying to say, I'm sorry. I can see that person. Why? Because my mind is already preoccupied by the previous one and the future one. I cannot mend something that can be mended. What can love mend? Am I saying that white barren is good? Is that what I'm saying?
No.
I use that example because probably it can be understood. It's anything that we call back. And so I am in so much pain to forgive somebody. I label you. Every time we give somebody a label, we never ever communicate to that person. We always communicate to the labels when we meet those people.
Right.
So it's high time we eliminate the mental images. The mental images also come and tell us we can't do it. And so I have a mental image of I can't do it. And every time somebody comes and tells me something good for me, I already give them a label. And I already have a label of I can't do it. I don't even care to try. Because the label in the mental image in me becomes stronger. Because I came from fear. I did not come from love. All right. Mental patterns create their life experiences, good or bad, even disease. Mental images or mental patterns, they create their own life experiences. Somebody who is here today or somebody you know, they are suffering so much today because of a mental image they had 25 years ago. But they were completely unable to get rid of that mental image. And today they are suffering as a result. Because what it does is it creates a mental pattern. And it creates a life experience. If you are a sufferer, diabetic, I'm always diabetic. That's what that means, my sister. I'm always there. So you own that. That's a mental picture, which is going to give you a life experience. And it's either good or bad, based on where you're coming from. And guess what? You reap the harvest 25 years after. Okay. Depression is believing your past thoughts based on your conditioning of the mind. What am I trying to say? That depression is not a disease? I'm going to read it again. Depression is believing your past based on your conditioning of the mind. Am I saying if you can change your conditioning, you can change your condition? Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, yeah. That is what I'm saying. That is exactly what I'm saying. So, I am stupid. Is that mind conditioning? Mm-hmm. No one cares about me. Mm-hmm. Is that mind conditioning? Yes. There is something wrong with me. Mm-hmm. Is that mind conditioning? Mm-hmm. This is too hard. He broke my heart. Mm-hmm. He is very ungrateful. Do you see what we are working with here? Yes. We are working with mental images. We are working with excuses. It will be too difficult. Mm-hmm. It will be risky. It will take a long time. There will be family drama.